Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood from Three Little Greenwoods today. Greenwoods. Oh my gosh. I hope that you had a fabulous Thanksgiving with your family and your friends. Today, we are going to be creating a multiple wreath. Now, a multiple wreath is one that you can make over and over and over. So come on in. We're going to talk all about it. If you're watching right now, chances are you're probably watching the replay either on the Book of Faces or the TikTok. So good morning, everyone. A friend of mine told me that I'm not supposed to say either one of those words or I'll get like popped on the wrist. So I'm going to try to be good. So let's talk about it. A multiple wreath is a wreath that is perfect for a craft show, Etsy, where you want to be able to make something quick and easy and just sell it over and over and over and over. That's how you get really, really good juice behind a listing on Etsy. And I have one of those. I even have a in-person friend, in real life friend, that asked me to make her double door wreath. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Good morning, my friend Mitzi and Susan. Good morning, everyone in both of the places. Y'all, this video will also be uploaded to my YouTube channel. Excuse me. So you can watch it in all the places. Good morning, Becky. Okay, so let's talk about it. So this is what we're making. We're making a set of double door wreaths. They are going to be mirrors. They're going to be mirrors of each other. They're not going to be twins. They're not going to be identical. They're going to be like sisters. So don't ever get worried about making multiples of something because you think you're not going to be able to make it look exactly the same. That's not what we're going for here. We're going for a sister's look. Okay? Easy peasy. Let's start our wreath by grabbing a 24-inch, 18-inch grapevine. This is not 24 inches, friends. And you can see that it is pretty clean already. I'm just looking to see if it has any scragglers around the edges or on the inside. It kind of looks like I've already cleaned it up. One thing I want you to notice, look how bare it is. This is not my favorite type of wreath, but we use what we have, okay? Hey, Mitzi. Mitzi says this is perfect. She's getting ready to make a wreath for your daughter's friend. Yeah, this is going to be easy peasy, my friends. So easy peasy. So I'm going to take it and hang it up on my amazing wreath easel. If you want to know where I got that, just let me know. You can send me a direct message and I'll be sure to share the link, or you can just comment in the comment section on. And if you are on the other platform that is watching me right now, just send me a direct message, okay? All right, so we're going to hang it up. This is round, but it's looking a little oval. That's fine. Good morning, Combs and Waddles Farm. Hey, Jennifer, good morning. I'm just going to hang it up. Right there. Perfect. 18 inches. Right. It's not my favorite. It's kind of scraggly. It needs a little bit more building up, but we're just going to go with it. Now, we're making a mirror image of this one. So the first wreath that I made, everything is on the left-hand side. This time it is going to be on the right-hand side. So this is actually a class that I taught in person. And I had all these wreath kits made up. And some of my friends said, hey, can you just make me one? And I, of course, said, I would love to just make you one of these wreaths. If you are interested in getting one of these wreath kits with all of these sprays and picks in it, just let me know, okay? I don't have any more of the ribbon, but ribbon's easy to find. If you want some of this, just let me know about it. So here's the first pick that we've got. This is a spray. Sprays are big, picks are small. That's how I can tell the difference in between them. Good morning to my friends. How are you guys doing? Lots of people are saying hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love for you to do that. So here's how they come. And we want to make this as big as possible because we have paid for all of this goodness and we want it to be big. We want it to have lots of depth and dimension. So I'm just going to take just a few minutes and make this pretty. Good morning, my friend Lori and Shannon, Diane. Good morning. I love it when you guys say hello to me. Good morning, Shauna from Wyoming, and hello, Nancy. Hey, Gail from Maryland. Maryland's got some snowman going on over there. It must be snowy there, Gail. So I am in my home in South Carolina. I have built a successful wreath making business out of my home. And now I'm sharing my love for wreath making by teaching others how to do it. I even have a private monthly membership group, which I love. I love it. It makes me so happy. And December is going to be so much fun. We had a lot of new people join us from the Black Friday deal that I was running. And yeah, December is going to be fantastic. I am planning a super fun Christmas party. So my friends that are watching that are members, you're going to love it. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so I just made this nice and big. Spread it out. Good morning, Lena. Hey, Barb. She's freezing in Connecticut. I can only imagine. Good morning, my friend Carol. Welcome. Guys, I like to go live every Monday morning, 10 a.m. I am a morning girl. If you're watching with me, you probably are a morning girl as well. I don't do well after 8:30. Listen, put these on your Christmas list. Put them on your Christmas list. They are fantastic. Seriously. Good morning to Alabama. Hey, Angie. Good morning, Pennsylvania and Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome. That is quite a far way away from me. So I've got my hot glue skillet right over here. I'm going to show Facebook what it looks like. There it is, friends. That's my favorite one. It's in my storefront, which is linked in the description of this video that you are watching right now. So go check it out. All right, let's move that over. Okay, so mirror image. That means my bow is going to be over here, which is backwards for me. Anybody else have that going on? I know Lori does. Lori says she's an early morning and a late night girl. What? Oh my gosh. Listen, I can't hang late at night. Okay, we're going to put the first one there. Let me take the top off of my hot glue. Guys, I keep my top. I think I got this idea from Melly Mel, who is a fantastic wreath maker. If you know her, she's wonderful. I keep the top of my glue skillet on it because it just helps it to warm up more evenly. Good morning, Christine from Alabama. All right, let's go ahead and dip our first big old spray in. Setting that down right there. And I'm going to use a zip tie to really make it go where I want it to go. Hey, Courtney. Courtney says I could turn the wreath to the left and hide the wonky. Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm gonna be hiding it because I'm doing it on this side, I think. Hey, Diane from North Carolina. Y'all, zip ties are my friend. They're like my favorite. And excuse me, I really want this to stay where I want it to stay. Hey, Candy. Candy, zip ties are life. Listen to me, people. If you do not know about Candy, with a K, Creations, I know y'all know about Candy. She's fantastic. I love learning from Candy. Candy has a fantastic membership group as well with wonderful designers. So learn so much from you, Candy. Thank you for being so generous in sharing. Okay, that's where I want it to be. Let's hang it back up. That one's gonna go there. And I'm keeping the big obnoxious pine cones because they take up space. And I don't want to put a whole lot of thought or product in this wreath because it's a multiple. Oh, Candy, love you too, friend. Candy says she doesn't know how people craft without zip ties. Me neither. Me neither. All right, here's the second large spray. Again, I made tons of these in wreath kits. I have them. If you want some, let me know. I'll be happy to ship it to you. This came from Sims. Or it may have come from Jennifer from Jams Designs and Supplies, JAM. Okay, let's make it big. Touch all the parts. Pulling things forward. Everything's got a wire. Just like that. Nice and big. All right, I'm going to cut this. Since Candy is watching, I have to give her props for these. She and Heather from Velvet and Vines, another fabulous wreath maker, hooked me on these Nip-X wire cutters. I didn't think I would like them because they're bigger, they're heavier, but they will cut through stems like this like butter. Okay, those go in there. Remember, I am doing a multiple mirror image. Squeeze that in there. This is for a real life friend of mine. Her name is Melanie. Melanie and her family just moved into a beautiful new home. And she reached out and said, hey, can you help me out? And I said, yes, I would love to help you out. Okay, and using another zip tie, y'all, because it's not behaving like I want it to behave. When I was a baby wreath maker and didn't know what to do, there's a children's book that starts out like that, y'all. Have a great day, Candy. Go be productive. She says she's going to work. Go be productive, my friend. When I was a baby wreath maker and I didn't know what to do, I was just learning how to make bows. I started making bows using floral wire. And I just couldn't ever make them do what I wanted. And then somebody along the way, I saw someone using zip ties to make bows, and that's the ticket, friends. Okay, there we go. Let me move my friends over here so they can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Here is my pre-made bow. Isn't she beautiful? If you want to know how to make a bow, it's in the description of this video that you, my friends, are watching. And if you're on the other place that I love, it is in the link in my profile. All right, friends? Nika says yes. She started out making bows with pipe cleaners and then moved to zip ties. Heck yeah, girl. All right, Let's make a spot for our bow. I'm keeping these big old pine cones. I have a love-hate relationship with pine cones. They're really not my favorite, but I need them to take up space because this is a multiple. It needs to be quick. It needs to be made with very few supplies so that you can just churn them out. Let's pull this down right here. I'm going to play with my bow for just a second. Using zip ties also lets you be able to manhandle your bows a little bit easier and not worry about them falling apart. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Let me get the rest of my kit. Good morning, Sammy. Welcome, my friends. These are also part of the kits that I made up to teach my class. It was the first time I'd ever taught a class. I really liked it. I was so nervous. Like, hot sweats, hot flashes, forgot my name, kind of nervous. We had 4 ladies show up. They were so patient with me. They made a beautiful wreath. But I have all these kids left over because I thought maybe we have a lot of people. So I have kids. If you're interested, just let me know. Okay, make it big. Becky, no, I did not make this bow in the membership, but it's one of my normal bows, okay? So you should be able to make it. You should be able to find a tutorial inside the membership, okay? All right, let's add these. One of those up under the bow. Here's the other one. Cindy, I'll come back and send you a message about the kits, okay? Now, I do not have the bow. I do not have the ribbon, but I have all the other pieces. I have the sprays and the picks. I'll put it that way. And I am about to start putting all the Christmas stuff up and get it out of my workshop. So being able to send these kits to some of y'all would be amazing. That way I don't have to find a space for it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, making it nice and big. Let's cut some of this off. Trying to make it look like that sister. That's why I keep looking at it, okay? Becky, I'll come back in and leave that for you. All right, let's try to figure out where this is going to go. There we go. Okay, so look how easy that came together. So simple. Kelsey. Good morning, Kelsey. I'll do that. I will totally do that, Kelsey. So it's so simple, friends, okay? Quick and easy. Sometimes we need shop fillers in our Etsy shop. We need fillers for our craft fairs or to give as gifts to friends. Big spray, small spray, small spray. But right here, somebody left an angry face. What the heck? There is nothing to be angry about, my friend. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill in just a little bit. I'm going to use these. Now, these are my favorite. I love these things. They are at Hobby Lobby. I think I might go to Hobby Lobby again today and just see if they have any more left and get a bunch because I love them. But I got these, so let's use these too. Hey, Tanya. Guys, I love going live on Monday mornings. It gets my week off to a great start. So I'm going to take these sprays, this pick spray, whatever the heck it's called. I'm going to cut it in half using these. I'm going to cut this one off too. Carol's laughing. Carol says, no, don't go to Hobby Lobby. I know, girl. Okay, so the goal with these really simple picks is just to fill in the holes. I'm just looking for holes. I'm just going to fill it in. I'm going to round it out. Good morning, Barbara. Yeah, we're making a wreath, friend, because it's an order. I told her I would have these double door wreaths ready for her to pick up by this afternoon. Okay, so that's looking kind of bare. Okay, here's the trick. Let's talk about it. Barbara says she just left Hobby Lobby. How much did you save? Do you see all of that little piney goodness? All those little fake plasticky pieces? As soon as the glue hits them, they are going to shrink and melt. So I might even give it a little bit of a haircut. I just want the stem. I just want the stem, okay? You've used so many of those white pine picks this year. Yeah, these, me too. They're my favorite. Now you notice that I zip tied in the first big spray, but I didn't do it with the rest of them. Right, I gotta turn this so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, you see how this is kind of, always put something behind your bow. I learned that from Grace Monroe Designs. Do you guys know them? I love them. Grace Monroe Designs. They are a mother-daughter wreath making team. I love them. They were the first people I started watching. Shove that right up in there. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, now I gotta work on the top. Yes, I am going to be making winter wreaths for January. Let's talk about it. So, friends, when you think of a winter wreath, what comes to mind? Let me know. I've already got it scheduled in my membership that we're going to be making a winter wreath. I think it's at the, I can't remember when it is. It's coming. But talk to me, people. When you think of a winter wreath, that you can put on your front door after Christmas, after the holidays. What does it look like? What does it have in it? Okay. Snowflakes. Yes. Snow, snow. Blues, frost, no reds. Greenery and snow. Pine cones. Yeah, you guys are doing good. All right, Facebook. Jean says ice and snow. Y'all, I live in South Carolina. We got no snow. If it does snow, it's like red alert. Maybe something with snow. Snowmen. That's a great idea. Mitzi says white, blue, silver. Yep. Oh, Jackie, you just signed up for the membership with the Black Friday deal. That's awesome. Are you already in the group? If you're not in our private membership, get on it. And if you can't figure that out, send me a message, okay? 2 feet up in Alberta, Canada. Holy cow. Snowmen, but not Christmas snowmen. Got it. Diane, I need to talk about. Diane is asking, how do you get your Sam's ribbon in your shoe rack? There's one that the Sam's ribbon will fit in. I need to talk about that in our group. Carolyn says blues and frosty whites. Fill that in right there. I think people do like to put wreaths on their door after Christmas because, you know, everything just looks so bare. Lori says woodsy. Yeah. Lori, are you making winter wreaths, my friends? Are you making some? All right, I got one more pick left. Trying to decide where I want to put it. I want to put it up here somewhere. It's really too bulky. Oh my gosh, 3 feet of snow in New York. Oh my gosh. Hey, my friend Justin. Justin, what'd you do over Thanksgiving? Tell us. I think I know what you did, but I don't. I think I know what you did. All right, so I've cut it in 2 pieces so I can have a little bit more flexibility about where it's going. And y'all, I got to turn it so I can see what I'm doing. No, I don't do New Year's wreaths because, listen, here's the thing. I sell on Etsy, right? This is a business. And I just don't think people buy specific New Year's wreaths. You know what I'm saying? Someone on TikTok is asking me about the membership. If you would like more information, send me a direct message and I can hook you up, okay? All right, let me give this a little bit of a haircut like I did earlier. Just so I can get some glue on it. And I'm going to tuck it into the wreath right there. Just like that. Get a little bit of hot glue. Okay, just filling that in. Hey, Catherine. Catherine says a basic wreath with greens and white ribbon with a way to change out signs. That is a fun idea. That's a great idea. I've often thought about, y'all, my business brain is always thinking, like, how fun would it be to have like a bow of the month club? a Bow of the Month club. And every month you get a bow. Like a seasonal bow. That's a great idea. A seasonal bow. I love it. How do you know if there's too much red berries? Well, you're just going to look to make sure that they're all evenly dispersed and spread out. And if you have too many, you can always cut them out. Okay, I want to put this up here. I'm holding back my things. All right, I'm going to tuck this in. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's finish these tails. And I'm going to dovetail. I don't usually dovetail. I'm going to dovetail. Becky, you love it. Isn't it pretty? It's so simple. It's just so simple. Let's dovetail all of the tails. It's very classic. It's gonna look so pretty. Melanie and her family just moved into a beautiful, like, modern white farmhouse house. It's gorgeous. She has those big, beautiful glass window front doors. And I want to, hold on, I got to do one more thing. Who always puts a hanger on the back of their wreaths? I always put a hanger on the back. It just makes me feel better. Because I want them to hang it the right way. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to move it down here so I can put the hanger on the back. Just like that. Kelsey says some ribbons just need dovetail. They do. They really do. Guys, I know I went really fast teaching this wreath. This is when, sorry, I can't do two things at once. Holy cow. I know I went really fast teaching how to make this. If you like the way that I teach, if you like the way that I talk, how I explain things, you just might want to get in the membership. That's all I'm going to say. Love it. Lori says she always puts a hanger on the back. All right, one more thing that we're going to do before I finish up this one, because this one's not quite finished. I know Melanie has those big, beautiful window front doors. Picture it in your head, okay? So that means that they're going to be able to see the back of this wreath. And because I love her and I know what her house looks like, I'm going to take these large hydrangea leaves and I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to cover it up. Hey, Tammy. Good morning, my friend. We're going to cover the mechanics on the back. First, I'm going to run my hand through to make sure nothing is really sticking out. To scratch her new door. Holy cow. And I'm just going to lay these on it. I'm not doing the whole back of the wreath. But I'm going to neaten it up for her. I want her to tell all of her friends who live local to me what a great job I did. And then maybe they'll call me and say, hey, Ashley, Can you hook me up? Can you help me decorate for the holidays? Of course I can. I gotta cut that off. Hold on, friends. This is one of the stems. There we go. That's better. My glue pot. I didn't have it turned all the way up. No wonder it's not as hot as I want it to be. Listen, if you are still using a glue gun to craft with and you use a lot of hot glue, you need a glue skillet. Put it on your list. Ask for the glue skillet and some Gorilla Glue. Hold on, I'll show you. And these, ask for these too. You need this. It's in my storefront. Okay, I need to put some more. Tammy says, good morning, Tammy. Tammy says that word of mouth travels faster than anything. Yes, it does. Good and bad, right, my friend? Good and bad. Hopefully good. This is for good. I'm going to put just a few more on the back of here. So guys, do you have any questions while I'm just gluing leaves on the back? Do you have any questions about my monthly membership or getting started with wreath making? Any questions about my favorite tools, all that kind of stuff? Bye, Carol. Have a great day. Yes, I'll see you in class tomorrow. I'm excited. We're going to be making, in our membership tomorrow, Carol's a member, we are going to be making gifts, small, simple little things to give as gifts to our family and friends. Someone is asking about the wreath hanger. I'm assuming she's asking about the easel. I will come back. Will you type wreath easel and then I'll come back and give you the link. I got it off this lady on Etsy. I got it from a lady on Etsy. I'm pretty sure that's all she and her husband make. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's worth the money. It's worth the money. Hold on, guys. I see lots of questions. Let me glue this down. Hold on. Okay, let me go back. Mitzi asks, what do you recommend using on the back if you don't have leftover leaves? I have always tossed. Hold on, friend. She's always thrown away her leaves, and now she knows to save them. I don't save all of the leaves, but if they're big, save them, like for real. Totally. Is Etsy easy to sell on? No, it's not easy to sell on, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it, okay? Nothing in life is easy. It took me a long time to get where I am. I have a good friend named Lauren Kilgore from Beautiful Mesh. Lauren has an ebook, a guidebook, about how to get started on Etsy the right way. So if you want that, just type in Etsy ebook and I'll come back in and leave that in the comments for you, okay? Do I sell the glue skillets? I don't sell them, but they are in my storefront, which is in the description of this video. The one that I specifically use every day, all day long, is in my storefront. So go check that out. It's in the description of the video that you're watching. Barbara has a great question. I have some arrangements that I need to make, but they don't want poinsettias. What flowers should you use? So I'm assuming these are for Christmas, right, friend? Peonies. Peonies. Go to, I think Michael's has the prettiest peonies. Go to Michael's, get you some peonies. Get you some red peonies, or you can choose white. Either one. Ta-da! That's pretty. Oh my goodness. That's a Christmas wreath, y'all. Okay, let's finish up the other one because it's not finished. It's like halfway done. I need to glue things in place, and I need to, of course, clean up the back. Yes, Rosalinda, you can also put felt on the back as well. That's a great idea. I have even heard people getting like placemats or something. I don't know how that would work, but you know, hey. Linda says she just put her first wreath on your easel. Linda has one of these, right? I love it. It's lightweight. I can pick it up and move it. I mean, it's great. I always recommend it. You are welcome. Am I going to share the hook? Eva, what do you mean? Can you tell me? Jean, I'll come back and leave that. Cabbage roses, Sharon. Yes, they're year-round. What's the difference between a cabbage rose and a peony? They look the same to me most times. Oh my gosh, lots of people want that Etsy ebook. Magnolias, says Lori. Yes, totally. Totally. Okay, let's move this one over. It's already got the hook at the back. You can see some of the zip ties. I wish I had used black zip ties, but I didn't. So this one is pretty much done. But I don't think I glued things in place. I don't think I glued things in place. Am I going to add the hook? Okay, Eva, I did that already right there. It's just a pipe cleaner that I made a loop out of. Okay. Lori is saying the shape. What are you talking about, Lori? Have I done something different? Y'all, the older I get, the worse my nails are. Anybody else have that problem? Nancy, I'll come back in and I'll talk about the kit at the end, okay? So stay tuned. All right, first I'm going to make sure that I have everything secured in here because this is one of the wreaths that I used to teach. So I was like putting things in there and I don't know if I glued them down or not. So let's just see. Oh gosh. Okay, that's good. That's not. I didn't think so. The shape. Okay, gotcha, Lois. All right, let's glue this one in. Let me make sure this is glued in. It's not. See? Hey, Lashana. Just starting out, having a hard time determining how big your loops should be. For a wreath, my loops are usually 6 inches for a big wreath. I love frosted magnolias too. Okay. I'm going to try really hard to put this back where it came from. Okay, so those two pieces are in. Let's see if I have any loose pieces down here. Nope, but I gotta fill in. It needs a little bit of filling in. My friends on TikTok that are asking me for the ebook, you're gonna need to direct message me because once this live is over, all of these comments go poof and I can't get back to them, okay? All right, so I'm going to use this to fill in the bottom, and I see a hole right there. Oh, I have a tree topper tutorial that I'll put in the comments for you, Angie, okay? It may be in the description of this video, but I can't remember. Get the tag off of this. I'm going to divide this in half, just like I did the other ones, to get more bang for my buck. Lisa, these came from Sims Pottery. They are a wholesale company. You have to have your resale license to purchase from them. But, friends, if you are selling craft fairs, wherever, you need your resale license, okay? You just gotta have it. Okay, I'm gonna cut this a little bit shorter. Good morning, Shonda. How are you today? Happy Monday. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. All right, so there's a lot of bare down here. And this piece is going to fill it in. Yep, right there. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Now I'm going to marry my pieces together by pulling those berries forward. And the greenery down, just like that. Okay, I want something behind the bow. Let's see if this will work. I'm doing great. We had a great Thanksgiving, Shonda. It was fun. My children, my college boy was home for almost the whole week. Now he's back in class. He called me this morning. Mama, I'm sick. I'm like, oh my gosh. How in the world? He's been sick a lot since he went to school. All right, let's see what Linda says. What do you do with the wreaths that you don't sell before Christmas? That is a great question. That is a really great question, Linda. I hang them everywhere. I always have this plan that I am going to box them up because they would be easier to store, I think, if they were all boxed up. But right now they're just hanging everywhere. Lori, if you're still watching, what do you do with all your wreaths that you hold over till the next year? Oh my gosh. Here we go. Whew. Ellen, I'll come in and leave you that information. Ellen's asking about the wreath easel. Okay, I got one spot right there, and I would love to find some random piece of pine to stick in there. Hold on. I'm searching for just a little piece of something. And I don't see anything. Okay, so I'm just going to, here's what you do. You probably cannot see this, but me standing on top of it, there's a little hole right here. It's bothering me, but I am not going to cut off of a spray just to fill that little hole, okay? So I'm gonna, everything's got wire. I'm just going to move some things around. Ta-da! And cover that hole. All right, let's do our tails. Good morning, Sharon. Kelsey says she has clothes racks that she hangs hers from. That's a great idea. Do you cover them with plastic bags or anything when you hang them up? Let me know. I'd love to talk about it. I thought someone had a question. Okay, all right. Let's dovetail these beautiful ribbon tails. I agree with Kelsey. Some bows, some ribbon. You just got to dovetail. So if you're just joining me, this is what we call a multiple wreath. A multiple wreath means that you can make it multiple times. You can sell it over and over and over. They're really great for craft shows and Etsy listings. So pretty. Hey, Sally. Good morning. Okay, here we go. So this is the sister. Oh, yay, you just got the membership. That's awesome. All right, let's do the same thing on the back. And then I'll talk about what's in the kit, okay? Lori says her wreaths are also hanging. She feels like boxing them up for that long may mess up the outer greenery. True. You're right. You're right, Lori. If you put them in that box, they might get smushed. Okay, so we want to cover up the back. First, I'm going to run my hand over. Let me see if I can cut that. That's a little too long for me. I know that I made this in a hurry because I didn't really tighten down the bow. So I taught this wreath design in an in-person class at in a local boutique to me. It was so much fun. I taught kindergarten for forever, but that was the first time I had ever taught real people, like grown-ups, how to make a wreath in real life. I teach all the time, just not in real life. Okay, let's add some hot glue to the back of this leaf. I'm going to be covering up the mechanics. These double door wreaths are for a friend of mine. She just bought a brand new house. It's got those big modern farmhouse double front doors with the windows. Picture it in your head. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about? Give me some hearts so that I know that you know what I'm talking about. Her house is beautiful. And I was so happy that she reached out and asked me if I could help her make these for her front doors. Because her door is glass, you know you're going to be able to see the back of this wreath, and that just doesn't make me happy. So I'm putting some leaves on. Someone is asking, do I always cover the back? No, never. I cover up the mechanics to make sure that, hold on one second. There we go. I cover up the mechanics on the back of all of my wreaths, and I make double sure that nothing's going to scratch their door, okay? Yeah, I'm distracted. So we had the hurricane came through, what, 2 months ago? And they're just now coming by with the big tree trucks, picking up all of the debris in on our street. Anyone else struggling with that? Cannot hardly drive down the street, but they're here today. Let's see. LaShonda, these are 18-inch grapevines that I order in bulk from Michael's. And some of them are good, and some of them are not very good. You can always take the ones, the grapevines that you don't like, you can take them back into the store and trade them. I'm going to need one more to cover the back of this one because I use those white zip ties. I really wish that I hadn't done that. I'm going to ask Melanie to take pictures of these on her house so I can share them with y'all. Go. I'm using one leaf to rub down the other leaf that's covered in hot glue so it doesn't burn my fingers. One more. You can still get burned with hot glue if you use a glue skillet, but Lori says she always uses brown pipe cleaners. That would be smart instead of white zip ties, Lori. That would be really smart. Ta-da! Love them. Indiana says she received some that looked oval. I love the ones that look oval. I do. All right, friends, so here's what we got. Double door wreaths. I should do it differently. Hold on, let's switch them around. Double door wreaths. They look like sisters. They're not twins, okay? Going for the sisters look. It doesn't have to be the same. Oh, those are really pretty, y'all. Those are really pretty. I love it. Hey, Mama Kay, did I use a foam base for the wreath for the greenery? Nope, I just glued it and zip tied it to that grapevine. That's a very great question. Thank you, my friend Leslie. Thank you so much. So let's talk about it, okay? If you want a wreath kit, just type in wreath kit. If you're on TikTok, you're going to need to send me a message. Here's what the wreath kit will be. 2 large sprays. 2 smaller sprays. And then 3 of these to cut up and fill in. I do not have the ribbon, and I'm not shipping you a grapevine because that would be expensive because the bigger the box, the more it costs to ship, okay? But if you're interested, I have probably 5 or 6 kits left that I was going to use to teach, but I would love to get them out of my warehouse space, so just let me know. All right, friends, have a wonderful day. Hopefully I will be back later this week because I really want to decorate this guy. And I have another wreath idea. Super simple to make. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, Thank you, Tammy, for saying that membership is on Facebook. Yeah, so my monthly membership that my friend just signed up for. We meet every Tuesday morning If you can't meet with us live, that's okay. It's in a replay. We have a private Facebook group with just us. We are super supportive. If you can't tell by how I talk, I am very laid back. I believe that wreath making doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't. It can be easy and fun. And I love making things with my members. If you want to know more about my membership, which is really affordable, just send me a direct message and I will answer all of your questions. All right, guys. Bye. Have a great day.